Defense Instruction Number 854001, May 8, 2025, DoD CIO cross-domain policy C enclosure. Purpose of the instruction installs policy assign responsibility to identify procedure with the interconnection information system with different security of the domain CD solutions in accordance with the Authority Department Directive 514402 reference A. Line CD guidance managing information security risk and authorization CDS risk management framework in accordance with the Department of Defense Instruction 851001 reference 850001 reference C. Supersede, cancel, Assistant Secretary of Defense Command Control Communication Intelligence Memorandums, reference DE, Department of Defense Chief of the Information Office Memorandum of Enforcement, applicability instruction apply with the Office of Secretary of Defense Military Department's Office of Chairman, Joint Chief of Staff, Joint Chief of Combat Command's Office, and Inspector General of the Department of Defense, Defense Agency with the DoD Field Activity with the Organization with the Department of Defense, vertical activity instruction with the Department of Defense components, all of the Department of Defense CDS, cross-domain solutions, provide cross-domain capabilities from and within between the Department of IS, Intelligence Service, IS, 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 I can't find it. Information systems to include mission partner international agency, state government, Department of Defense, internet information systems. Nothing in this instruction alters or supersedes with existing authority policy with the directive of the National Intelligence regarding with the protection, so with the compartmented with the information, directive of the Executive Order 12333, reference G with associated amendments or with laws, regulation with the Department of Defense information system with the cross-domain solutions connected with the top secret SCICS, SCI sensitive compartmented information, amendments of the other law of the Department of Defense Information System, cross-domain solutions connected with the top directive, TS, sensitive compartmented information system must comply with the data directive of the National Intelligence Guidance. Nothing in this contained with the instruction will leave the extra exempt for the authorized individual for the taken action with the violations of the 9.3 with the Title 18 United States Code relieve for possible criminal prosecution and prevent with the deliberate with the transmission government security information authorized individual with the failure to the established bona fide need to know. Policy with the Department of Defense, policy with the information flow between with the different security with the domains authorized meet essentially with the mission requirements based on the result of the assessment with the mission requirement with the implementation complying with the security with the requirement of the assessment with associated risks according to the reference B and C with the instruction operation and need with the know with the cross-domain information flows must be balanced with the risk of all of the information system and with the Department of Defense level the risk of the assessment and measure with the Department of Defense risk executive with the risk acceptable in accordance with the B and C with the instruction and with all of the Department of Defense cross-domain capability requirements made with the cross-domain listed with the Unified Cross-Domain Service Management Office, baseline cross-domain solution, baseline list, cross-domain solution, cross-domain baseline list, cross-domains cannot meet cross-domain capability requirement for the mission or as a modified cross-domain solution-based list cross-domain new technology with the selection decision-based with the analysis of cross-domain to alternative procedures of the instruction. New cross-domain technology proposed meet with the modernization, new capability requirements, accessibility, security control, accessory with the functional security with the requirement of the Department of Defense to employ with the existing enterprise cross-domain service providers, existing enterprise cross-domain service providers for the cross-domain service of the enterprise cross-domain solutions. You satisfied with the cross-domain mission requirement of the Department of Defense components. 11. Another operation cross-domain solution deployment of the cross-domain solution baseline list point. Deploying cross-domain solutions development with the cross-domain technology consider the alternative solution only with the enterprise cannot meet with the cross-domain capability requirements. Department of Defense information services with the cross-domain components. Or a cross-domain solution information service that enterprise cross-domain service that authorized operates over the authorizing official with the within accordance with the reference with the instruction. Over the Department of Defense level the risk of the decision of the cross-domain asset of the transfer of information between the different of the interconnecting series with the commands must be with the designated with the DoD with the risk executive as the cross-domain solution authorization in accordance with the instruction. All cross-domain solutions will be deployed in management of the controlling domain. Cross-domain interconnection. Cross-domain will separately authorize with the operation information systems for other cross-domain solution components with the information system, which will deploy with the cross-domain solutions on with the USCDSOMO managed cross-domain solution sunset list legacy with the cross-domain solution not on the cross-domain solution baseline risk must be replaced with a period of time agreed with the authorizing authority with the Department of Defense to resist executive letter of the expiration of the cross-domain solution and not on the cross-domain baseline. See with the guidance of the procedures of the instruction. Cross-domain solution founding operation without approval with the unit with the complying with the approved secretary with the configuration or with the media with the DoD chain with command with notification terminal while with the disconnect or step with the cross-domain solution guide with the procedure for the instruction information train with the between with the different secure with the domains must be with the correctly marked, protected, disseminated, and with the Department of Defense 5200-01, Volume 1, Volume 3, 4, reference side responsibility. See enclosure 2 procedure, the enclosure 3, 4, 5 releasability, public release for the instruction available at the Department Directive Vision website esd.wh.mil, the Department of Defense. Summary of change with the changes may be the issue with the Ministry with the releasability reference accuracy with effect with the instruction May 8, 2015. Terry A. Holferson, Department Chief of the Information Officer, enclosure reference responsibility. And see the cross-domain activities, cross-domain process of the Department of Defense, RMF, risk management, RMF, I don't know what RMF process is, cross-domain and RMF roles and glossary. Table of contents, enclosure reference to the responsibility of the Department of Defense and Chief of the Information over the Department of Defense Information System Agency with the Director of USDSMO, U.S. Security Defense Personnel with U.S. Defense, Undersecretary of Defense Personnel with Undersecretary of Intelligence, the RNSA, CHSSS, Director of the Defense Intelligence Agency, Department of Defense, and component heads for the Joint Chairman, Chief of Staff, Siege, Rust, Transdomain, Enclosure, CD activity, cross-domain activities, cross-domain capabilities, portfolio, acquisition of the use of the cross-domain enterprise for the domain, minimal impact cross-domain, repeatable cross-domain installations, cross-domain exemption, legacy for the cross-domain transition, use or removal of the media for the data transfer of the processing, equivalency with the urgent operational requirement, reciprocity for and release of the cross-domain technology, closure of the cross-domain with the Department of Defense RMF process, with the cross-domain process, the Department of Defense RMF process overview, pre-RMF Step 0, engage CDSE, RMF Step 1, Information System 2, select security controls, 3, implement security controls, 4, assessment security controls, 5, authorize information system, 6, monitoring security controls, enclosure 5, cross-domain RMF roles, Department of Defense ISRMC, Department of DSA AWG, cross-domain tab, CD, cross-domain SE, cross-domain service provider, SEA, authorizing authority, information system owner, information owner, ISSMO, ISSO, ISSE, glossary, abbreviation, acronyms, Part 2, definitions, tables, figures, figure of Department of Defense cross-domain RMF processes. Reference for the Department of Defense, Department of Defense Chief Officer for the November 21st, 2014, Department of Defense 851001 Risk Management Framework of the Information Technology with the Department of Defense Instruction Cybersecurity Assistant Security Defense Command and Communication Intelligence Memorandum Security below inoperable area information. Assistant Secretary of Defense for the command of the control of the communication intelligence memorandum secure with the below of the interoperability. Department of Defense Chief of the Information Officer of the cross-domain select element of the responsibility executive order 12333 United States Intelligence Agency with section 793 Title 8 United States Code. Department of Defense Manual 5200-01 Department of Defense and Security Program Joint Department of Defense Information IC. Establish unified cross-domain service management office with the cross-domain requirement that the engineering of the service manual with the Department of Defense managing Department of Defense chief of the officer for the intelligence community chief of the information officer with the Department of Defense director with the 8001 management of the Department of Defense information with the Department of Security with the Defense manual with the joint information environment and implementation with the Department of Director 523011 disclosure classified military information appointment with the governance for the international organization Title 15 Code Federal Regulations Export Administration Regulation Title 22 Code Federal Regulation also known as International Traffic Arms Regulation Department of Defense Instruction 2040-02 International Transfer of the Technical Articles and Services Department of Defense Security Defensive Memorandum, the Department of Defense Chief of the Information Office Executive Board Charter, Department of Defense Information Security Access and Agency Guide Connection Process Guide Current Version, Cross-Domain Technical Advisory Board Charter, National Institute Standard Technology Special Publication 830 Guide for Conducting Risk Assessment, National Institute NIST Publication 839 Managing Information Security Risk, Publication Support Agreements, Department of Defense Instruction, Operation Defense Acquisition Service System, Committee on National Security Instruction, Security Categorization Control Selection, National Security System, Department of Defense Instruction 853001, Cybersecurity Activities for the Department of Defense Information Network, the Information Assistant Work Improvement Program, Department of Defense Architectural Framework, Committee on National Security Policy, National Policy of Reducing Risk of Removable Media of the National Security System, Department of Defense Privacy Program, Department of Defense Unified Command Plan, protection mission critical functions I achieve with the trust of system networks, Department of Defense CIO, Assistant Director of the National Intelligence Community, Chief of the Information Office, Unified Cross-Domain Management, Office of Baseline Cross-Domain Solutions, Putting National Security System Policy come for the relief of the transfer of the U.S. government's National Security System Technical Security Material Information Technical Government International Organization, Chairman and Joint Chief of the Staff of the 651006B, Communication Security Release of the Foreign Nations, National Institute Standard with Technical Specification 837, or Revision 1, Guide for Applying Risk Management Framework of Federal Information Systems Security Lifecycle Approach, National Information Standard Publication 853, Revision 4, Security Policy Control Federal Information System Organization. Information Security Continuous Monitoring Federal Information System Organization, United States Unified Cross-Domain Management, Base Cross-Domain Solution, Risk Analysis, Data Cross-Domain Solution Overlay, Department of Defense Instruction Implementation, Trade Secret Controls for Transfer of the DoD Personal Property with a party outside of the DoD control, Department of Directive 5100-03, Support Headquarters Combat Subordinate Unified Commands, Department of Defense 830-02-02 Sharing Data Information Services and the Department of Defense Community with National Security Information Number 4000 Community National Security System Glossary. Alright, responsibilities, enclosure 2. Department of Defense Chief of the Information Officer overview with the provide with the directive of as UCDSMO implementation instruction serve with the chair over the oversight with the panel with the director the overchief with the approve with the USD with the SMO with the activity with the Department of Defense Joint Committee with the USCDSMO with the memorandum office with the J with the USCM the DSO with the trial with the reference K by strategic management direction oversight with the program developing the implementation cross-domain with the DoD with the enterprise with the architecture core with the Department of Defense Directive with 8001 reference I, involving joint information environmental reference information security system, single security core data center in accordance with the Deputy Secretary of the Defense with the memorandum, collaborates on Secretary of the Defense Intelligence and Strategy with the Department of Defense cross-domain services, cross-domain risk governance with the reciprocity of the design with the Department of Defense Security with the Risk Management Committee of the Department of Defense Risk Activity authorizing information flow between the different security domains in accordance with the reference C, established with the USCDSMO led effort over the cross of the prosper with the release of the cross-domain solution information form mission partner with the Department of Directive 5230-01 reference M in the chapter 12 of the section C with the table 15 of the Code Federal regulations and also known as the Export Administration Regulation reference over the Part 121, Chapter 13, Title 22, Code of Federal Regulations, International Tropic Army Regulations, reference to the Department of Defense Instruction 2040-02, reference to information under Secretary of Defense Policy, under Secretary of Defense for Acquisition Technology Logistics, and under Secretary of Defense I, Director of the National Security Agency, NSA, Chief Central Security Services, and Chairman Joint Chief of Staff, resolve cross-domain solution, cross-domain enterprise host cross-domain solution prior implementation set of information resource issue based with the Department and Chief of the Information Executive Board recommendation in accordance with the Department of Defense Secretary Memorandum Reference R. Director of the Defense Information System Agency, the addition of the role for the Section 8 within enclosure with the under authority direct control of the Department of Defense Chief of the Information of the Department of Defense Security Agency. Establishing the document of the Department of Defense Security Agency for the process provided and provide the cross-domain service of the private cross-domain solution. However, the conditional and criteria under the DoD with the component cross-domain capability requirements satisfied with the Department of Defense and Information Security Agency cross-domain service of the centralized cross-domain solution. By continued additions criteria with the cost module of the Department of Defense and Security Agency, enterprise with the cross-domain service of the enterprise with the cross-domain hosted cross-domain service of the DoD components authorized mission probably issue with the implementation cross-domain services agents approved with the Department of Defense ISRMC with delegated with the Defense for the Information of Assurance Security Accrediting Working Group in accordance with the information system owner and allowed with the cross-domain solution able to transfer information between the directly interconnected security domains. Maintain the Defense Information System Network Connection Process Guide with a reference to S outlining business process for the connected information system of the DoD components cross-domain solution along with the instruction process for the cross-domain appended with the associated update with the review with the DSA WG Defense for the Information System Security Accreditation Working Group or Department of Defense Security Accreditation Working Group. Managed for the cross-domain with the secret of the Internet Protocol router with the network global information grid with the interconnection approval of the process system, which for the maintain with the inventory cross-domain solution operation assessment with the approval of the process for the cross-domain solution of SCI. Information network with maintained with the corner of the Defense of the National Intelligence Guidance. Develop security architecture with the Defense for the Information Security Agency with its cross-domain enterprise server with the enterprise with a hosted cross-domain site. Provide information shift with the interconnect with the DoD information networks with the risk attack with the EDNet avenues is through support with the cross-domain technical advisory boards of the recommendation cross-domain solution risk assessment with the decision processing. Provide security review with cross-domain solution operational environments, DISN, and connected enclave, defensive security acquisition, defensive security acquisition accreditation working group, Department of Defense ISRMC, cross-domain SA's decision is required, developed, provided, risk management framework, DSIN, connection products, training material, the IA support environmental website with the ISA page, index ASPX, ISCA, DS, SML, MIL, index 2 to support Department of Defense cross-domain solutions activity. Establish, maintain cross-domain tab advisory board, defensive security accreditation working group provided, chair secretariat under the cross-domain tab accreditation board charter. Reference T. Under cross-domain security MO's authority, direction, control of the department, chief of the information, chair of the oversight panel, and the points reference K of the director, UCSMO. Provides centralized management with the Department of Defense cross-domain activity to ensure with the common Department of Defense component with approach to implementation instructions with the cross-domain environment with the Department of Defense chief of the information provides status with the Department of Defense component with the progress implementation instruction. Initiate charge working group with the Department of Defense component with the representation address of the cross-domain and training a system with the cross-domain capabilities as needed. Support Department of Defense information sharing with the emphasis of the explicit delivery to the field with the cross-domain capability with the applicable to security requirements. Provide quarterly status for all of the plans plans for the action of the managed milestone with the legacy of the cross-domain solution and the cross-domain solution base, list cross-domain operating base, cross-domain sunset, specified team cross-domain, on the cross-domain base list, operating letter exemption of the POA plans for the action milestone with template with available reference library MFKS OSD MIL or FML General Security Authentication Package P of the planning action milestones, provide cross-domain subject matter expertise with managerial oversight within technical support of the recommendation DoD bodies, organization for the risk decision, strategic development, planning, investment, cross-domain knowledge management. Recommendation management approve of the department with regard when the cross-domain issue for the common and department defense information IC states ad hoc joint meetings is required support with the department chief with the information of the development and implementation of the department's IC with the cross-domain solution policy established cross-domain criteria statement established cross-domain security control overlay with the department defense instruction going with the reference B provide standard policy and going with the reference C with the cross-domain solution implementation assessment with the guidance may consist of the National Institute standards of the specification 830 of the reference V with the National Institution Special Publication 839 reference V. Provide senior security assessment objective, the common task proceed with the cross-domain solution, security control overlay to develop, maintain with the risk model, core the reference UNV with the support with the DoD, ISR, MSE with the Department of Defense, security accreditation working group, the risk baseline with the cross-domains, with the assess of the transfer of the information with the different security domains. Establish oversight with the criteria with the must with the AC enterprise with the cross-domain and cross-domain SP, providing advertising with the complying with the cross-domain solution security requirement with the operating with the deployed environment with the established criteria with the DoD laboratories, verification, validation, cross-domain technology functionality, complying with the security requirement compliance with the penetration tests of advocate with the team with the cross-domain, minimize with the redundant, duplicate with the development and acquisition, interfere with the Department of Defense, IC with the cross-domain capability requirement problem set with the coordinate with the Department of Defense and IC with an element of support with the cross-domain processing training consolidated with the training with the requirements provided with the Department of Defense with the main containing catalogs available with the cross-domain with the national security agency with the DoD component with the non-DoD organization faculties. You with the available training course with the cross-domain policy personnel with the organization available to maintain with the assistant with the NSA with the Department of Defense cross-domain with the security control with the asset with the process with the guide with the security assessment with the report template, manage cross-domain capabilities portfolio, develop, maintain with the cross-domain capability portfolio, include with the cross-domain solution-based lift with the verify with the invalidate with the cross-domain solution well list with the end of the life of the product cross-domain sunset lift with the enterprise with the cross-domain of the cross-domain technologies Intel share interlink as as sites with the USD SMO default. 1. Manage process with the sponsorship of the new with the cross-domain solution with the play for the cross-domain baseline found with the cross-domain technology verification validation functional complying with the security requirement. Manage process with the identify with the enterprise with the cross-domain server with the cross-domain solution place with the cross-domain sunset list with the send for the notification stream with the cross-baseline list of the cross-domain sunset list of the cross-domain support elements. Develop, maintain cross-domain roadmap builds with the U.S. Under Secretary under cross-domain S of the MO cross-domain capability portfolio validated with the cross-domain capability requirement, capability with emerging cross-domain technology, established cross-domain services with the enterprise cross-domain services, developed with the content with the outreach with the strategy with the incur with the developed and initiative with the commercial with the cross-domain technology, integrate with the cross-domain with the satisfy with the DoD, with the IC with the common with the capability gap with the program, set with the project with the requirement coordinated with the research with the development and effort with the cross-domain technology, include the development and implementation of the interlive with the cross-domain with the information cross-domain, research development of areas of systems that with the defense of the research engine and request the least request the information vendor with the least semi with the identify with the post potential vendor solution with identify with the capital gaps associated with the capital requirements facility with the communication between the commercial with the new with the cross-domain technology with the DoD components have with the capability gap with the code me vendor solution maintained with the list with the Department of Defense with the IC with the USD CSMO certified laboratories national security agency certification recommendation available to conduct the free of the service to cross-domain technology security control with assessment with the penetration testing support with the DoD component with the requirement to make the list with available with the USD SMO website schedules oversee the security with the control of the assessment with the include with the DoD with the laboratory with the cross-domain technology include with the new technology new with the cross-domain version with the technology with determined cross-domain tab that recover the target evaluation, security control of the assessment, conduct with the control of the Department of Defense component, and priority of the engine conflicting schedule with the reach of the availability with the DoD component with the requirement that will be brought with the Department of Defense chief of the information officer, U.S. Under Secretary of the domain solution MO with the maintain of the information for the purpose of the control of this reference previously frequently asked of the file for the release of the cross-domain solution under cross-domain solution MO site of the inter-share interlink sgov site UCDSMO default. Accessing cross-domain share of the doc links, accessing the export with the release folder, a point to the cross-domain tab of the reference T under Secretary Personnel of the coordinator with the Department of Defense Chief of the Information on Joint Chief of Staff to establish for the relief of the cross-domain solution for mission partners. Provided by the Department Chief of the Information of the Department for the components that is required of the foreign disclosure of the cross-domain solution, cross-domain technologies. USDI or USDA Undersecretary of Intelligence collaborate with the Department Chief of the Information Chairman Joint Chief of Staff strategy to implement and provide with the cross-domain services, coordinate with the Department Chief of the Information staff of the process relief of the cross-domain solution form of the mission for the provide partner with the information skill of the program required with the provided with the preference I. The IRA, National Security Agency, CHSCS, in addition to the wrongfully Section 8 with enclosure, only of the door with the direction of the control of the Undersecretary of Defense of the Direct NSA, CACACS, CHCSS of the VIVE with the Chief of the Information of the DoD component with the Direct of the USD, cross-domain for the NO with the security of the feature of the practice of the process of the NO. Architecturally recover the Department of Defense cross-domain solution enforce security policy with the develop, maintain, install, inspection, sanitize with the data with the transfer the guide with the document file, format the protocol with the Department of Defense, develop with the maintain fiber the configurations, with the support with the assessment, penetration with the cross-domain technology with the U.S. cross-domain server with the develops and with the security with the certified with the DoD lab with the duck, security control with the cross-domain technology penetration testing when it were to verify that the validate with the function comply with the share with the equipment conduct with the certification stuff with the laboratory with the carbon with the Undersecretary of the cross domain MO provided with the criteria with the provided certification recommendation with the cross domain solution of the MO with the NSA with the provide with the recommendation revoke with the certification with the DoD stand with the not meeting met provide with the Department of Defense component of the base for the training with the Department of Joint identify with the Department of Defense and with the information IC with the and Department of Defense mission part with the Undersecretary under Chief and cross-domain service to MO with the risk assessment model with the cross-domain technology assessment. Conduct with the penetration testing overview for the penetration testing of the organization cross-domain technology, new cross-domain technology versions required with the conduct with the oversee with the DoD with a red team operation and emulate with the potential advisory attack for the exploitation capability with the Department of Defense enterprise with the cross-domain SP sites with the DoD component with the site hosting operation cross-domain solution directly commanded with the U.S. Strategic Command with the CD Rush Transcom. Specifically, you under cross-domain service of the MO with the developing with the control assessment and SARs and template with the enterprise with the web with its cross-domain vulnerability provide with the recommendation proceed with the architect with the manager gave with the cross CD Rush Transcom Department of Defense CIO with the required director responsible with the defense with the intelligence with addition with the responsible with the Section 8 with the enclosure with the direction control with the undersecretary with the defense with the intelligence. DIA with the provide cross-domain with the enterprise with the cross-domain solutions with the joint worldwide with the intelligence communication system customer coordinate with the collateral network server the provider as required. Issue with the authority, the SCI, enterprise with the cross-domain with the enterprise with the cross-domain deploy with the GWICS with the colonel with the defense for the national intelligence gun with the cross-domain solution physically deploy with the collateral with the Department of Defense information services systems assessment with approval to conduct with the accordance with the enclosure for with the instruction for the deployment provide with the information for the transfer information from the foreign mission with the department with the foreign mission part with the information systems for with the cross-domain risk assessment evaluation methodology. Department of Defense component head with the Department of Defense component with the head of the Department of Defense ensure with the cross-domain SE the care of the cross-domain SE with the removal with the outline with the enclosure file with the ensure with the DoD component with the care with the plan with the cross-domain solution all DoD component with the may actually with the report agreement the memorandum with the agreement with the Department of Defense instruction 4019 with the reference with the DoD with the cross-domain solution enterprise E conduct with the cross-domain cross-domain solution E with the duties responsible on behalf of the DoD with the component with the cross-domain SE will act with the oversight of the coordinated office of the DoD cross-domain with the SE with the performing the cross the SE with the responsible according to the support agreement appointing with the representative of the DoD component cross-domain with the tab with the reference to with the DoD direct DoD component organization coordinating with the cross-domain solution E with the perform with the constricting obligation with the organization acquisition cross-domain solution cross-domain technology service to include with the coordinate with the external cross-domain solution E with the providing cross-domain support combat command coordinate with the service with the cross-domain S for the E with the providing cross-domain support. Appointment of the cross-domain SE with the individuals off of the range cross-domain active with the duty of the deal with the cross-domain with the requirement of the designate with the centralized repository providing list of the authorization U.S. cross-domain service with the Department of Defense and Enterprise with the cross-domain service plan so for the cross-domain service over the new cross-domain technology with the following selection decision come with the prerequisite management framework. Step 0 with the table of 1 enclosure 4 with the instruction enclosure with the cross-domains related with the content opportunity for the coordinate with the under cross-domain solution MO with the add with the cross-domain capability portfolio with the cross-domain profit specified with the enclosure 4 with identify with the cross-domain capability requirement and implement cross-domain solutions for with the deal with the component mission enclosure of the cross-domain server with the enterprise with the cross-domain solution and the solution satisfied with the Department of Defense cross-domain capability requirement to list the operational features for the ESE with the ESV with the Intel share with the Intellects SGov site with USDCSM carport with 2 with CDS over the site page ASV and improve the cross-domain services and improve the cross-domain support with the cross-domain capability requirement mission exercise with the research of the development of the technical educate evaluation model and simulation of the tactical level of operation sensor to weapon and platform data transfer the exemption issue of the point-to-point baseline cross-domain service new with the product may be required with the core case with the curve with the applied evaluation result with the cross-domain solution select processing cross-domain capability requirement cannot be satisfied with the enterprise over the capability with the planning operation ANMM transition DoD component enterprise over the host of the cross-domain server with the Department of Defense ISRMC with the Department of Defense cross information executive board identifies resource ensure a resource issue with the course of the action of the transaction DoD component cross-domain solution enterprise server with the enterprise with the cross-domain solution of the Department of Defense chief of the information executive board as required. Document cross-domain server with the interconnection board with the information system risk management framework assigned with the authorization document corner the reference tree with the designated with the Department of Defense for the coordinate reference F. Ensure over the cross-domain solution sunset list like with the cross-domain solution now with the cross-domain baseline with document with the revive with the defensive security accreditation working group authored with the Department of Defense SRMC according to the Section 5 of the Enclosure 3 of this instruction, open with the designated centralized repository planning operation and A&M, the detail of the planning with the cross-domain solution, baseless cross-domain solution operated with the cross-domain solution, set list, special with the time baseline cross-domain solution, notify with the Defense and Security accreditation working group under CDSMO. Alright, managing the planning operation and A&M with a mitigate with the cross-domain solution planning operation A&M the reflect with the team with the mitigation of the under cross-domain solution MO with the Department of Defense Chief Information Officer. Cross-domain solution base with the list for the cross-domain solution cannot be due with the cross-domain with the capability requirement upload with the cross-domain permanent letter expectation with the information required with the Section 5 of the enclosure for the designated with the central repository known by the Defense and Security Acquisition Work Group for the Department of Defense component with the information system with the DoD component cross-domain server with the DoD component direct with the cybersecurity inspection with the U.S. Strategic Command with the direct with the cybersecurity inspection at least once every first year with the operation thereafter once every 3 years with the validate information owner site security self-assessment process. Oversee lifecycle of the DoD components, cross-domain solution, cross-domain security configuration. Provide lifecycle management pre-acquisition system and operation DoD component cross-domain server with operation cross-domain solution over the corner with the Department of Defense Instruction 5002 with the reference X. Implement Committee National Security System Instruction number 2553 is required with the cross-domain solution agency. Cross-domain solution A specified with the security control that enable the defense of cross domain solution operation environment in the with the reference B and C with the Department of Defense Instruction 8530.01 reference C. Designated Office of the Organization track maintain with the provide cross-domain technology research, development, testing, and evaluation supporting laboratory with a cross-domain solution, including system development, lifecycle phase, cross-domain solution, designated with the control of the inventory item of the cross-domain solution component with the equipment with the defense for the property accountability for the purpose of the accounting with the existing location custody with the accountability disposition with the Department of Defense, oversee with the Department of Defense component execution cross-domain solution, including existing programs with the cross-domain concept with the initiative with the reference with the review with the validate with the products, tries cross-domain capabilities, requirement investment, and ensure with the information system owner of the manager maintain with the operation of the security with the cross-domain solution system development life cycle with the corners of the reference being achieved with the maintaining all of the cross-domain solution, including those operation of the risk management framework process under research development of the designated with a centralized repository with the information is not with the designated with a centralized repository with the component provided with the information annually to the under cross-domain solution MO as required by the Department of Defense Chief, the information officer for the ensure the both the technical, for the maintaining the personnel involved with the cross-domain, so for the management, administration, for the operation, mainly with the assessment, with the training, with the certified, with the corner for the Department of Defense for 85-701 reference M with the L with the reference AA under cross-domain, so for the MO with the chief of the cross-domain personal with the training with the equipment associated with the DoD cross-domain course with the open with the organization with the space free with a fee for free service basis. Ensure the DoD security control with assessment of the vulnerability assessment from the DEX and security assessors personal and corner for the published under cross-domain services with the MO of the SCA with the guidance of the baseline cross-domain overlay security control with the cross-domain solution and deployment and environment and with approved security control with the baseline overlay with a reference for the web and ensure that the DoD component organization cross-domain solution deployment of the information system authorized boundary information implemented required security control of both environment of the cross-domain solution with the reference B and Y. Nothing in combat command with the Department of Defense component with the cross-domain solution deployed with the operating in combat command area that responsible for the defense of the information with the deploy with the include sense for the boundary with the protection with the measure with the recover the implemented with the security assessment authorizing authority a U.S. STRATCOM applicable to the defense within security agency for the technical implementation guidance. Ensure organization conducts security self-assessment periodically validate with approved the configuration cross-domain solution will not change for the self-assessment with the must be submitted to the cross-domain services E and approve the organization authorizing authority designated representative and upload the designated with the centralized repository and the reference estimate of the instruction. Updated initial the required with the designated with the central with the repository contact information include with the email address, the phone number, with the control of the cross-domain service point of contact information system the cross-domain service the information security manager for the ISSM information security system officer of the information system security engineer technical representative of the administrator the representative of the recovery security of the accurate of the documentation of the special of the reference for the DoD architect frame of the reference A and B fill with the guidance for the Department of Defense chief of the information relief below before the release of the chief of the certain cross-domain service of the warrant mission of the Department of Special with the section 9 enclosure 3 of the instruction over the DoD component information system with a cross-domain solution required installation of the Department of Defense Information System MRC with the Defense of the Security Accreditation Working Group cross-domain services and A with it before allowing cross-domain services and cross-domain solutions to access transfer information between different interconnected security domains cross-domain services A with required for use of the cross-domain services. The DoD components of the guide with the cross-domain solution authorizing the DoD component information of the component with the risk management framework specified with enclosure for consistent with the reference of the DoD component enclosures ingestion with required with the direct individual responsible for the management of the cross-domain solution report security incident local site information security management with the component with the volume 3 with the reference I with the ISSM ISSO corner of the reference C cross-domain services and E with the corner of the volume with the 3 with the reference I with the information security manager and over the responsible the resolution of the incident established document with the DoD component with the U of the removal media to the conduct of the cross-domain data transfer with include with the policy acquisition operation disposal program update with the committee with the national security ecosystem policy number 26 with the reference A with the Department of Defense U.S. STRATCOM and the order of the other issuances required. X. Ensure reliable human review process proceed with the implemented with the opening review. Digital object file with the image of the digital object with data will be transferred across the main solution over the risk reliable human review required to do with the limitation of the cross-domain solutions. Provide training information originating with a reliable human review of the process of perceiving the information transmitted or transfer of the metadata and clone of the reference I with the name of the key with the data same marking track of the data dissemination control of the unclassified information, classified information. Cross domains with the desensitization tools with the DoD with the DoD component enforce visual with a reliable human review required with the using perceived with the reliable human referring to define with the DoD component. United States Cyber Command with the tasking over the cross domain solution operating guidance to ensure with the adequate with the capability with the attribution back for the originator for authorized non-compliant shell with cross domain solutions with the appropriate reporting trained and with the actual with the potential of the compromise with the classified information actual with the potential authorized disclosure, controlled unclassified information, and even the breach of the personal identifiable with the information equivalent of viable volume 3-4 with the reference I with the Department of Defense 5100 11R with the reference A with the D is appropriate sensitive with the information processed. Chairman Joint Chief of Staff with an additional with the with Section 8 with enclosure. Chairman Joint Chief of the Staff with the facility advocate with the combat command with the capability with the operation requirement cross domain tab. Defensive Security Accreditation Work Group, the Defensive ISRMC, other Joint Chief of the Staff with the operation requirement the forms are required. CD Rush Transcav with an addition with a removal of Section 8 with include with the CD Rush Transcom with the provide with the Defense for the Security Accreditation Work Group with the Defense for the ISRMC relevant risk with the DoD component with the operating environment the cross domain selection with the cross domain selection agency determining with the risk management framework relevant data include the evidence of the post security with the inspection result with the assignment with the compliant with the abstract with the order with the vulnerability alert tasking order with the determining with the DoD component's ability to operate manage defend with the DoD cross-domain solution implementation, direct with the disconnection remove the cross-domain solution technology with the determinant with the post for the operational with the DoD information network with the determinant the Department of Defense ISRMC in coordination operational chain of command cross-domain solution risk would be those to determine the impact of the availability with the DoD with the measure in the case of the expensive, grave and serious for the damage to national security through the compromised classified information oversee with the cross-domain capabilities regarding unified command plan reference AE with assignment with the supporting space with the mission of the Defense Nuclear Command Control Mission validity, vulnerability self-assessment processing during cybersecurity inspection. Yeah. Closure 3 cross-domain activities.